Chamabukas, or should I say good morning. I'm Agent 29, your tour guide for today, and it's my pleasure to be of service to all of you. By the way, I would like you to meet our coach captain, Sir Jay. We are from the Mandarigma Travel and Tours. So, tourists, say hi to Sir Jay. Perfect. Before we start, let's do a quick head count, starting with you. 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30, 60. Perfect. And we're all set. So, my dear tourists, if you have any questions, feel free to approach me anytime. So, going back, we have prepared so many fun and interesting activities for all of you. And you are all about to witness firsthand and the wonderful and beautiful destinations of Batanes, Philippines. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. But before we will proceed with our tour for today, I would like to remind you of our rules and regulations to ensure your safety in the duration of our trip. Sightseeing is fun, but safety and the health of our dear tourists is our topmost priority. First, please keep your seat belts fastened at all times. Please remain seated until we come into a full stop. As a safety precaution, we would like to remind our dear tourists, please keep a meter distance to practice social distancing. Wear your mask and face shields at all times. And don't forget to sanitize every and after visit of each destination. And lastly, always follow the itinerary given to you and stay with the group at all times. I hope I made that clear, and let's enjoy the trip. Batanes is an archipelago province in the Philippines, administratively part of the Cagayan Valley region. Batanes is one of the beautiful provinces found in the Philippines. It is also known as the home of the winds, as you can see in the northernmost and the smallest province in the country, and also the smallest, both in population and in area, with only 230 kilometers total land area. Its capital is Basco, located on the island of Batan. And yes, Batanes may be small in size, but it is big in natural resources. The province is a tiny archipelago consisting of 10 islands. 3 of these are inhabited Batan. The main island is the second largest, Bayang, the largest in Sabtang. The rest are Mabudis, Lisanga, Ditarem, Sianan, Ninem, Buhos, and Aniki. The northernmost island is Mabudis, also known as Yami. The indigenous people of Batanes are called Batans, who are nationally acclaimed as a true insulares. With the passage of time, they have managed to keep the purity of their genes. Now, as you can see in your windows, we are now approaching on our first destination, the Marlboro country. Have you guys heard or watched the Sound of Music? If not, you're missing out something. Just kidding. After this tour, you'll definitely love to watch it because the place is similar to the original location. Of 7,107 magnificent islands in the Philippines, who would have thought that only one island is enough to represent the beauty of the whole archipelago? Rakua Payaman, indeed one of the God's most awesome creations that one should visit. It is my pleasure to tour you to this one-of-a-kind attraction that only in the Philippines can be found. Hailed as the Marlboro country of Batanes, Rakua Payaman is a place that makes its visitor wonder and ask themselves, is this even real? Or am I dreaming? Or does such a place still exist in the Philippines? More than a paradise, however, Marlboro country, locally known as Rakua Payaman, is a large communal pasture land where livestock of mostly cows and carabaos can be seen grazing freely on the wide field. The combination of architecture, seascape, and rolling landscape is a sight to behold. More so during sunrise when shadows slowly form amid the hills and the light clearly shows the beauty of the panoramic Rakua Payaman. What a paradise, right? There's plenty to see, and that would be our next destination, which is going to be guided by our next step on guide. Thank you!
Mabuhay! Good day, tourists! Welcome to Batanes. I'm Agent 18, and I'll be your step-on guide for Tayed Lighthouse. And now, we are now approaching to Tayed Lighthouse. And remember that respect the place and practice the Lego or clean as you go. And the second reminder, the Tayad Lighthouse is situated near a slope, so be sure not to cross the fence as it's dangerous. And look at the Tayad Lighthouse. Yes, that is the Tayad Lighthouse. And you know that the Tayad Lighthouse was built in 2002 to originally guide the fishing boats. The lighthouse is said to take its name from the word tayiren, which means to pull up, and the primary means of moving to and from the town of the people of Dura back in the times. Primarily walking on a narrow path, surrounded by tall grass and rows of bushes. You'll think you're on the set of The Lord of the Rings with a view of the mountains to your right. The hedge rose to your left and the Tayad Lighthouse in the Pacific ahead of you. With harmless cows roaming freely around the hills, the panoramic view is even more scenic. A picture-perfect image of Batanes. You may also view the Tayad Lighthouse from afar from the Marlborough Country in its northeast. And also the lighthouse still holds the tourist interest as it differs in appearance to the rest of the lighthouses in Batanes with its hexagonal shape. It is also now situated on a private property. So, did you have fun? Now let's have more fun on our next destination. One of the famous church in Batanes, and that will be guided by Agent 30.
Mabuhay! Good day, tourists. I'm Agent 30, and I'll be your step-on guide for Mount Carmel Church. Again, welcome to Batanes. We are now approaching Mount Carmel Church. Please remember to observe proper decorum and do not eat inside the church, and always practice Lego or clean as you go. We have now arrived at Mount Carmel Church. If you look here, you can see Mount Carmel Church. Did you know that Mount Carmel Church is also known as Tocon Church? It was first established on May 3, 2008 at Sitio Tocon. It adopted the design of a traditional Ivatan house made of stone walls, making it the only chapel embodying such design. Mount Carmel Church also manifests solemnity and tranquility as it sits perfectly on top of a hill, overlooking the lush greenery of Batanes as well as the Pacific Ocean and the West Philippine Sea. The ceilings of the chapel were once covered with paintings of the patron saints of their 6 municipalities. Unfortunately, a strong typhoon hit Batanes in 2016 and Mount Carmel Chapel was one of the churches destroyed. The inside ceiling collapsed, including the image of their patron saint, San Jose de Obrero or Saint Joseph the Worker. The lovely image of this church is now used as a promotional material of the province of Batanes. It is now an iconic symbol of the town of Basco that is featured in magazines, blogs, and social media platforms. And that's all for Mount Carmel Church or Tupac Church. Did you have fun? Now let's have fun on our next destination that will be guided by Agent 13. Mabuhay and thank you, tourists.
Thank you, Agent 30. Hi, tourists. I am Agent 13. I am your step-on guide on the next destination. We are a bit far for the next destination, so sit and relax and enjoy the view of Batanes. Hi, tourists. I'm back. I'm Agent 13. We are approaching at Sabidag Stone Houses. This is one of the most beautiful destinations in Batanes. So, hi, tourists. We are here at the Sabidag Stone Houses. Look at your right side, in the left, and the left side. That is all the Sabidag Stone Houses. You know, tourists, that Batanes travel won't complete without Sabidag Stone Houses in it. Why? Because Sabidag Stone Houses are the primary type of houses in Batanes, particularly in Sabtang Island. The Ivatans maintain these houses in this village together with Kabayan remains untouched, where locals still live traditionally. And tourists, the structure of the Sabidag stone houses is considered as a Sinadumpagan type, one of the traditional houses in Batanes. This village is one of the main highlights of the Sabtang Island tour. That's all for Sabidag Stone Houses tourists. I may now pass the table to Agent 32. Hope you enjoy with me, tourists. Again, I am Agent 13. Thank you.
Thank you, Agent 13. Mabuhay! I am Agent 32, and now we're approaching San Carlos Borromeo Church. San Carlos Borromeo Church is also known as Mahato Church. It was originally built in 1787, using light materials such as cogon, lime, and stone wall foundation. It is a Roman Catholic church located in Mahatao, Batan Island in Batanes. The church patron is Saint Charles Borromeo, whose feast is celebrated every 4th of November. Did you know its beauty and excellence made it a national cultural treasure by National Museum of the Philippines on July 31, 2001? That's all for San Carlos Borromeo Church, and now, may I pass the table to our next step-on guide, Agent 33.
Thank you, Agent 32. Mabuhay, I am Agent number 33. And now we are near Dura Fishing Village. It is an idyllic village tucked in a small cave east of Mahatao. This village is most alive during summer, where the official fishing season for Arayo or Dorado is officially on. Rice Dorado, hanging out to be dried under the sun, would then be abundant and norm in the area. This is Sitio in the eastern part of Mahatao town, where an association of fishermen called Matao practice the traditional fishing for Arayo. They have a ritual called Kapay Banu Banwa, signifying the start of the fishing season, which usually falls in March, when they will butcher a pig and make offerings to the spirits in the hope of bountiful catch and safe journey. While we walk through the village, you will see freshly caught dolphin fish, or locally called arayo, and flying fish or dibang. These are both common in the area and they hang out to dry. The village offers a good view of the Pacific Ocean in Mount Iraya. That's it for Dura Fishing Village, and let's welcome our next step-on guide for our next destination.
Thank you for that step-on guide. But before we continue about our next destination, I'm your step-on guide 17, and now for our destination, we are now approaching Bayang Rolling Hills. According to DPWH 2017, Bayang Rolling Hills is one of the famous landmarks in the province here in Batanes. Its seemingly endless waves of rolling hills combined with the spectacular seascapes are a sight to behold. It also offers a spectacular view of the West Philippine Sea. The slopes of the rolling hills rise and dive gently, forming a crumpled terrain that is covered by grass, a food and rest sanctuary for cows, goats, and water buffaloes. Embracing the splashes from the West Philippine Sea, Bayang Rolling Hills overlooks Chadbigan Beach, the boulder-filled western coast of the Batan Island. And now, when you look at the windows, we are now in the presence of the beautiful and stunning views Bayang Rolling Hills offers, with a bright green grass and a deep blue sea. Are you enjoying your trip so far? Of course you do, because we have a lot more ahead of us. So now, let's welcome our next step-on guide for our next destination.
Thank you, Agent 17. Mabuhay, I am Agent 15, and now we are here at Honesty Cafe. Honesty Coffee Shop is a one-of-a-kind store located in Ivana, Batanes. This coffee shop was originally named Honesty Cafe in 1998, while some local residents call it Honesty Store. Honest Coffee Shop undoubtedly is a famous Batanes tourist spot because of its unique service. Would you believe that no one mans that store? It's what made them famous. Customers can buy food and souvenirs there and put the payment on the counter. There's also a kubo and hammocks down the shop in front of a calming beach. It is a typical Pinoy sari-sari store and coffee shop combined. Once you enter the shop, you can sit, relax, and have some coffee. Each item has a price tag, while some item prices are listed on the wall. The majority of tourists intentionally drops excessive payment to show their support to the owner. Everyone is expected to be honest. The store owners trust the people enough to allow them to list the products they bought along with its corresponding price and then leave the payment in a drop box. You can find an interesting sign on the wall that says, "This store is too small for dishonest people." And that's all for the Honesty Coffee Shop. Thank you.
It's sad to say that this marks the end of our very informative tour. Are there any questions, clarifications, or any suggestions? Just let me know, okay? I hope everyone enjoyed and learned a lot from our trip. In behalf of Madrid Travel and Tours, I would like to thank you all for choosing us to be part of your very unforgettable journey. I hope to see you again in your future tours. I guess, enjoy the rest of your days here in Batanes and have a safe trip back home. Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, and kill nothing but time. Again, this is Agent 29 together with our other step-on guides are now signing off. Thank you and goodbye. It's more fun in the Philippines and it's more fun in Batanes.